kind of a private eye are you anyway, Masters? You'd rather stay in New York City doing nothing, getting no money, you know, garnering no glory? You'd rather do that than take a nice trip down to Brazil? A personal life? What the hell is a personal life, really, huh? No, look, I need somebody to go down to Rio and check on Carlo Hesser's private bank account. No, next week is not going to help me at all, buddy. I would go, but I've got to stay here, help the DA with the murder trial. Okay. Now I'll try to get somebody else. Thanks a lot.
Commissioner Buchanan, how are you? Hope you don't mind, I'm going to share your table here. Tell me all about the trial. Oh, what's the matter? I thought you and Hack were in the driver's seat.
Yeah, we were driving Antonio right straight to Statesville Prison, but all of a sudden some more evidence came up that just might incriminate someone else.
What kind of evidence? Is it reliable?
Well, I'll know when I get my hands on it, see? But the trouble is, it's locked up in a bank in Rio.
The hospital chaplain called me last night. I feel so bad for Todd and Blair. I don't know what to do. You know, I just don't want to go down there and intrude.
Well, actually, I think they would probably appreciate a visit. Oh, Andrew, it just breaks my heart. I feel so bad for them. And they thought the baby was getting better.
Doctors are absolutely sure?
Unfortunately, yes.
You know, it makes you want to go home and just hug your kid a lot tighter, you know?
Yeah.
Everything okay with your family? Jessica, Joey, everybody?
Oh, yeah, they're fine, thank you. Yeah, Jesse's on a class trip, and Joey called from Paris. As far as my oldest son is concerned, Andrew, I have to tell you, there's been a bit of a mix-up.
Could you excuse me?
Sure.
Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Hello?
Andrew! Sweetheart, can you hear me? We have a terrible connection, just like everything else in this lousy hotel.
I can hear you, Cassie, and I'm glad you're not having too good a time down there without me.
No, sweetheart, there's no chance of that. I really miss you and River.
I miss you too, honey, although I was beginning to wonder when I was going to hear from you.
I would have called you sooner, except that we you know, it's Carnival down here, and everything's just crazy. How's River?
Mrs. His mommy. How's it going down there?
Well, have you ever run into a stone wall in a suit and tie? That's the bank manager who won't give out any information about Carlo Hesser or his bank account.
If anybody can break down a wall, that would be you.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
I have all the faith in the world in you, honey. Cassie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm, Andrew, there's something I gotta tell you. I'm not here alone. Kevin's with me.
Her fever's gone. It's the first good night's sleep she's had in days. To look at her, you'd never dream, would you?
No. Biopsy confirmed it. These doctors know anyway. Start running tests, they find some blood thing they don't know how to cure. Start talking to us about promising research and chances of survival. Truth is, they can't admit that this disease is smarter than they are.
You know, don't even joke
I'm
about
not
it.
joking. But these doctors, they want us to play it by the book. They want to sit around and wait for Star to get sick before they do anything. I didn't go to med school, Blair, but I know that there's something. There's a cure out there. I'm gonna find that cure no matter what it takes.
What exactly does that mean, Todd? Todd, may I speak with you for a moment, please?
Look, if this is about the bill, I'm rich,
Todd.
Marty. That means I'm insured.
Please.
What's up, Marty?
Why don't you tell me? What exactly were you thinking? This offer of yours has jammed the hospital phone lines.
Good. I was hoping for a quick response.
Well, it worked. Every crackpot in the state is called in for their $1 million prize.
Oh, look, Marty, I knew that this headline would flush out the wackos. But what if there's a doctor out there who was close to finishing his research, but he ran out of money? And what if there's a family out there that has a kid that has the same disease that Star has, and they figured out a way to live with it for years because they know a cure?
This is not the way to proceed.
No, it's my way. And it may not be nice, and it may not be pretty, and it may keep your hospital operators working overtime. All that matters is my daughter.
Believe it or not, the staff of this hospital wants to help. They want to find a cure and save your daughter. But these phone calls are keeping them from just that. Instead of helping Star, you're actually compromising her treatment.
What treatment? This bone marrow transplant? That's all your Dr. Sands keeps talking about. Like there's nothing anybody can do. Well, there's something that I can do, Marty. I'm not going to sit around and watch my little girl die.
Antonio Vega risked his life to work undercover for me. And I would give anything to prove that he didn't do this. But until now, all the evidence points one way.
And now?
And now something's come up that could implicate another candidate.
And who may this candidate be?
The district attorney's brother, R.J. Gannon. His niece tipped me off.
Rachel?
Rachel.
I thought she was devoted to the man.
She is. She's devoted to him. She's also devoted to her mother. And I think she's been watching Nora in that courtroom defending Antonio, watched Antonio's family, and I think her conscience just got the best of her. Anyway, she told me confidentially that R.J. is trying to get his hands on Carlo's private bank account down in Rio. Now, do you understand the implications there?
I think so, yes. Thank you.
Sure. The key to this murder could also be the key to a bank vault down in Brazil.
It's quite a tightrope you're walking there between Hank and Nora. I've got to tell you, I do feel for Antonio Vega. I know what it's like to be accused of a crime you didn't commit. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Andrew, it all started with the best intentions. You know, we knew that Kevin was too sick to fly, so I took your suggestion and I came down to Rio to cover the story. And it just, when I got on the plane, after we had taken off, I turned around and he was sitting behind me. He was this stupid jerk. He just wouldn't stay in bed.
Well, I think there's probably something in the water cooler over at the Banner. The two of you cannot stay away from a story.
If I had known that Kevin...
I understand. It's all right. Now, as long as Kevin's there, there's really no reason for you to continue to cover the story, though, right?
No, I could come home.
I got a pencil. Name the flight.
Sweetheart, I said I could. I mean, you know, Kevin is really sick still, and we're close. We're getting very close to getting the information that if we came for it, the kind of information that could exonerate Antonio and Carlo's death.
You want to finish the job that you started. I can certainly see that. So catch the last flight out of there.
Well, yeah, I could, except that it's still Carnival, and the city practically closes down.
Okay, then, what? You need one more day down there? I got plenty of cold pizza in the fridge. River and I can survive.
I promise. As soon as I get the information, I'll be on the next flight home.
Do what you can to get back here, and be careful, because I hear Carnival can get kind of wild.
Andrew, I'm here to work, not to the Macarena, okay? I love you. Give River a kiss for me.
Love you, too. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Andrew, I can't tell you how sorry I am, and I don't even know how it happened. I mean, I knew that Cassie had gone there. I had no idea that Kevin went as well. It was an innocent mistake, Andrew. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to apologize for. You don't have to worry about Cassie and me. We've made a new commitment to the marriage, and that includes respecting each other's jobs. Can't help it if my wife's a terrific reporter. So is your son. No reason in the world why they shouldn't be working together.
Morning.
How long have you been away?
Long enough. You know, Cass, you forgot something. I mean, you told your husband that you and I were in Rio together, but you forgot to tell him that we were forced to share the same hotel room.
You may not like it, Marty, but this may get results, and that's all that matters.
Please, help him see that he's only creating more problems for Star.
What? No, the problem is that she has a disease that you people can't seem to cure. All you want to talk about is some high-risk operation.
Yeah, and we can't get anything done because we're answering phone calls from all the quacks.
Quacks. You know the guy who discovered penicillin? He was a quack until they figured out that the stuff works.
I'm with Todd.
Look, I know that you're going to side with Marty on this, but I would appreciate your support for...
I'm with you, Todd.
You are?
Yes. And more than that, I'm grateful. Remember, since we got word about Star, I've been totally useless. Well, if you're in shock, it's natural.
No, Todd was in shock, too, but he got over it and he did something. He did the right thing. I say, whatever we can do to save our little girl, then let's do it.
That's a parent talking. That's a mother. So don't you whine to me about jammed-up phone lines. I'll set up a phone line specially for people to call in.
Yeah, we'll pay for the interns, med students, whatever it takes to answer the phones, Marty.
Our little mini research team.
I understand that you both want to do everything you can to help Star. I understand that. Let me just warn you, though. Not only may you be setting yourselves up for disappointment, but you may actually harm your daughter with these phony medical procedures that you are most likely to get. All I'm saying is why not use your money and the power of your newspaper to help us help Star, instead of running some medical lottery.
How are you going to save our little girl when there's no cure?
What you call
You yourself said that the bone marrow transplant doesn't always work. Well, how are you going to save her and win, huh?
Maybe Star's only chance, Marty.
There's research being done all the time. All right, we can just
Look,
continue
you know
to
what,
hope.
Marty? We're not asking for your permission. You don't have any idea what it's like to have your own little girl, and they're fighting for her life. And we are not going to stand by and let her fight alone. You understand that?
Mr. and Mrs. Manning, I've reviewed Star's latest battery of tests. Her condition is stabilized. I see no reason why she can't go home with you.
So, what you're saying is that there's nothing more that you can do for a little girl?
Mrs. Manning, we've removed all the causative agents, and we can try to treat Star with immunosuppressive medication. But the only other successful treatment for aplastic anemia is a bone marrow transplant.
Anyway, I got a hold of this bank manager down there in Rio, a guy named Mr. Ferrigno. Seems the guy had a lapse of memory, though. He said he never heard of Carlo Asorora's money.
And you think otherwise?
Oh, of course, yeah. According to Rachel, RJ's been in contact with this Ferrigno. He was trying to access Carlo's private bank account.
And that makes you think that RJ killed his buddy Carlo Hesser for the money?
I think it's just as likely as thinking that Antonio did it. It may even be more likely.
I think what you need to do is go down to Rio and have a face-to-face with this. What is it, Ferrigno?
Yeah, I'd just love to do that, too, but Hank's depending on me to be here for the trial. Now, I got a hold of a buddy of mine. He's a private eye in New York, named Alex Masters, and he says he can't go until next week. Well, by then, the whole trail could be ice cold, you know? And poor Antonio's whole future's hanging in the balance here.
Well, maybe what you need to do, my friend, is send someone down there, someone without credentials or authority, but someone that you trust implicitly.
Yeah. Well, when Mr. Perfect shows up, you let me know, will you?
You may be looking at him.
Kevin, I did not forget to tell my husband anything. I'm just waiting until we get back to Landwood to tell him we had to share a room.
Spare him any unnecessary worry. I understand.
I do not have to spare my husband anything, okay? He trusts me. And as soon as I tell him
Hey,
to turn it all
Cass,
down,
you don't have to explain to me.
You know, that's right, I don't. We are here to work. And that is all we're here for.
Work, right. Only problem is I've been sick the last day or so, and you've been working so hard to try and nurse me back to health that we've managed to sleep away, I think about a day and a half. She's actually fine because I finally feel like a human being again.
Well, that's great, then. Let's just go down and get some breakfast and get back on the story.
Well, that would mean going back to the bank because that is where we're going to find the information that can prove that RJ had plenty of motive to offer our dear friend Mr. Hesser.
Well, are you forgetting the friendly bank manager, Senor Farino?
Nope, not forgetting him either. You see, I've been dreaming half the night away with a way that we can get into the bank past Mr. Farino.
Not really? And the answer came in your dreams?
Sort of.
Kevin. What did you dream?
Wait here a minute, okay? I had a way to get us into the bank.
Are you really sure you're okay with this?
Hey,
Hi.
come on in.
Marty, hi. Vicky, hello. Oh, Star went home this morning.
Did she really?
Vicky filled me in on everything going on with Star, and I guess she's wanting to leave the hospital with the aplastic anemia. So
We're doing everything that we can, but unless she has what they call a spontaneous recovery, we're going to have to do a bone marrow transplant. Oh. And that is if we can find a suitable donor.
I hate to hear about that happening to anyone, especially a baby.
Oh, no. It felt so strange this morning. You know, med school, all that training and research, and all I can do is send little Star home with her parents.
Listen, if there's anything that can be done for Star, you'll be the one to do it.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, Vicky, I think there is.
Well, just name it. What is it? Money, contacts, anything I can do?
No, it's your brother. I guess you two haven't had a chance to look at this morning's copy of The Sun.
Oh, Todd.
Well, he's obviously desperate.
Yeah, so desperate he doesn't realize the harm that he's doing.
I can just imagine all the phone calls that are going to come in.
Oh, no. They've already started. And they're taking valuable time away from our doctors and nurses when they should be helping patients.
Anybody calling in with a miracle cure.
You've got it.
Pointless.
Well, that's where you come in. Look, I know he's your brother and he listens to you. Maybe you can try to convince him that there's another way.
I'll try. You said they went home? I'll go right over to Dorian's.
Thank you.
Don't assume I'm going to have any success with him, though. After all, he listens to me, but he always does exactly as he pleases.
Oh, no. Well, it's worth a try.
Absolutely worth a try. Good luck, Vicky.
Thank you.
And don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, while Vicky's trying to get through to Todd, maybe you can do the same with Blair. She's right behind him with this medical jackpot thing, and she's not going to listen to my opinion.
Well, I'm not sure that Blair will listen to me either, but I will give it a try.
Great.
Meanwhile, I've got another parishioner who needs some ministering.
Oh, who's that?
That would be you.
Put her down, she fell right asleep. No crying, no nothing. It's like she was making it easy for me. Why don't I see if I can find Dory and tell her to come home? You shouldn't be alone like this.
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just, you know, bringing her home just reminds me of how happy she was and how healthy. Before.
You know, before I took her away from you to spend some time with her. That's when this whole nightmare started.
God,
Look, I don't blame you for hating me, but you know, if I could go back to that moment, you know, take away all the anger and selfishness, and maybe I wouldn't have insisted on being alone with her, and maybe she wouldn't have gotten sick, maybe. I better go. All I ask is that you call me if anything happens with Star, anything. Just call, okay?
Darling, wait. Where have you been? You know how worried I have been about you.
Take
What have you been doing? Shopping?
Thank you.
Kevin, you have just gotten over the virus from hell. We have to go to the bank to get records to save Antonio. And you have gone shopping.
I didn't go shopping. Relax. What I have here is the key to our plan.
We don't have a plan.
Yes, we do. Ye of little faith. Have you ever heard the saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do? Well, when in Rio. Get it?
No, I don't get it.
Well, then just promise me you'll go along with it. It's a little unconventional, but I think it'll get us the
I'm not promising
information.
anything until you tell me what's in those boxes.
Okay. But you gotta remember that if we go back there and ask that bank manager for some bank account information, he's probably just gonna give
Kevin,
us the
this
same
is old
silent
news.
treatment.
The boxes.
All right, now we need a way to get past Ferrigno and into that bank and find out Carlo Hesser's bank account information, right?
I get it. So we seal ourselves up in these boxes and have ourselves delivered to the bank.
Good, but no. What we do is we dress up like locals. That way we blend in and slip into the bank incognito.
You know, Kevin, I really hate to ask what kind of disguise.
Well, it's Carnival, so...
So you're going to the bank as a samba dancer?
Absolutely not. You gotta be nuts. You see, we're going to the bank as a samba dancing duo.
Patrick, I don't want you to feel obligated to me. Any debts that we owe each other for past deeds done, believe me, they're paid in full.
That's agreed then. Fine. This is an unpaid debt between Carlo Hesser and me. If I can find out who killed the man, I can close a chapter in my life.
You're sailing into uncharted waters down in Rio. You know? You don't know what to expect out there.
Makes it all the more interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sure. Tell you what I think is interesting. I think it's interesting that you are going to be a father in a couple of months. I think it's interesting that you do worry about little Star being sick because of the effect that that's going to have on Blair. Patrick, believe me, if you have...
Whoa, please, no, wait, don't stop trying to talk me out of it. I want my child to be born into a world where the good guys win one every now and then. We are the good guys, aren't we?
Well, yeah, I guess we'll just have to do until the real ones show up. How soon can you leave?
Well, you're in luck, because this being President's Week, I don't have to work and I can leave straight away.
Perfect. You got to get down there. You got to find this guy Ferrigno and get whatever information you can out of the guy before he disappears.
We're closed. Go away. Please, we've lost all our money. Our car and everything's been stolen. Please, help us. Leave you here.
hear me? Come back tomorrow. The banks are closed.
No, oh my God! My leg is stuck now, Joe! I can't take this anymore, please! You're not listening to this whole trip! Okay, I'm running into the door! Come into my leg! Get me out of here! Oh, my head! It hurts! How did you get started? I don't understand it! Okay. Oh, I feel it. Okay. Oh, help me to the gym. My leg. Listen, you. Oh, my leg. Help me to the cardio. Help me to the cardio. Get off me. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I swear. I appreciate it. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? The police, get out of here. Where's the police? Get out. No, stay here. Tourists. You know, Todd, it would be easy for me to blame you for Star's illness. But it's not your fault. I mean, she didn't go outside without her hat and catch a cold. She has a rare disease that she must have been carrying since birth.
Well, that doesn't let me off the hook. I made her.
I know, so did I. So if there's any guilt in conceiving her, then we share it. I mean, you don't want to go back to that moment and erase her ever being born, do you?
No. Star's the best thing that ever happened to me, Blair. That's why...
No. That's why it hurts so much.
What kind of a God gives you something like Star, something so good and sweet and perfect, and then takes her away?
I wish I knew.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Even if it is some kind of a cosmic thing, I don't care. I want my daughter to be alive. I want her to be healthy. I want her to play on the swings and get a dog and go to the junior prom. I want her to graduate from college, meet some guy who's not even remotely good enough for her, and be the President of the United States of America. That's what I want for her. And she'll have all that if I have anything to say about it.
You know, Donna, we have a lot of decisions to make, and I don't want to make it any harder. So, you know, if it's okay with you, I would like for our attorneys to file a joint motion to suspend custody. If that's okay with you. I want you to be with Star as much as possible.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna go give her bunny. You know how much she hates to wake up without it.
Vicky, what are you doing here? Look, don't even try and talk me out of it. This operation that the doctors are talking about, it's real iffy. My daughter, she needs a miracle, and I'm going to give her one.
I'm not going to try to change your mind.
You couldn't change my mind, Vicky.
I know that. Just as I know how desperate you are to find some new treatment or a cure. Oh, God, if it were my daughter.
You would run a contest on the front page of the banner.
Who knows, I might. After all, I'm your sister. When push comes to shove, we're not that different.
No. But we're the only two who think that.
We're the only two who know it. No, I didn't come to scold you, Todd. I came to help you.
How are you
Whatever
gonna
you
help me,
need.
Vicky? You know my daughter. She's happy. She doesn't have a care in the world. And now she's sick, Vicky. She's liable to get an infection that they don't know how to cure. It's in her blood. It's in her bones. There's nothing you or anybody else can do about it. You'll see why I'm the one who gets to cheat death and she doesn't. She's worth 1,000,000 of me. You have to help her, Vicky. I just don't know how.
Todd and Blair, they're counting on me to do something, anything, to help their daughter. And all I can do is shake my head and say, well, we're doing the best we can. Take her home. I mean, what about the promise I made to heal the sick, to ease the suffering?
Well, I'm probably a little bit prejudiced, but I've always felt that miracles are God's work, not yours. Not Todd's, no matter how much money he has to spend.
I guess you can't really blame him, can you?
Nope. I'll tell you something, if this was River, man, if this was River, I'd be screaming at the heavens. But no matter what happens to Star, that's not your fault.
But if you're not part of the solution...
Okay. I'll tell you what I think. I think that people get sick, even innocent little babies. They get sick because there's just a certain amount of illness in the world. There's, I don't know, no scientist. There's bacteria, there's viruses, there's all these things that we can't understand them. But what I'm saying is that it's not because people are weak or because they've sinned. And it's not because God is laying a judgment on them. I know that God doesn't judge us that way. He's not judging Star or Blair or Todd or you.
It only seems that way?
I think it always seems that way. But I think that's the time to start believing. Stop doubting, because I think the time to believe is when it's the most difficult to believe, when it's easy to despair.
You always think I'm stronger than I am.
You're right, I do. Have I ever been wrong about that?
All right, Reverend. Can't fight you and the disease. Tell you what, I will light a candle for Star on my way out of the church.
I'll light one for Todd and Blair. I gotta leave a note for the babysitter and tell her to stay a little longer with River after nursery school, too.
Cassie's on assignment?
Yeah, big assignment. Rio de Janeiro.
Where's the papers?
Wait.
Where?
Wait.
Let me help. Hold still.
Kevin.
Hold still. I got them.
Come on, you gotta say it. Cassie. Wait.
Cassie, you did great.
Yeah?
This shows that RJ had tons of contact with Banco de Rio.
Virginia said he'd never even heard of the guy.
Yeah? Well, that's awfully funny, because RJ wrote and signed that letter.
Dear Mr. Ferrigno, as discussed on the phone, I am in the process of acquiring power of attorney over Mr. Hesser's account.
That's strike one, and here's strike two. Hester's last bank statement. Check out the balance.
30 million American dollars?
I don't think we need to look for strike three. Allora, signora, sì, call Estados Unidos. Person to person, Lambview, Pennsylvania, Commissioner. Again? Yes, yes, I know it's Carnival, but does that mean the phone lines always have to be... Forget it. Yes, yes, I call back later. Thank you very much.
Forget it, Kevin, come on. We have just got to find a fax machine because we've got to get this information to Bo and Hank to let them know that we have evidence to implicate RJ.
Oh, yeah, a working fax machine in this chaos. That should be a real easy find. Yes, I think what we're best off doing is waiting till later, call Lambview, and right now, what do you say we get out of these costumes and get to town?
More research?
No. We're done with that. Let's celebrate.
Celebrate.
Si, signora. Couple of drinks, a little pool, a little promo.
Todd, who's at the...
Hello, Vicky.
Hi, Blair. I heard you brought your baby home. I stopped by to see if I could do anything to help. How is she?
Thank you, Miss. She's sleeping. She's fine. She's sleeping with her bunny just like any other morning. Except...
Hey, look, we're not going to quit on this, all right? We're going to find a cure. Isn't that right, Vicky?
Yeah. Although I'm not entirely sure that putting $1 million offer on the front page of the paper is the most efficient way to do it.
Oh, you got a better idea.
As a matter of fact.
What, we go to church, we hold hands, we
Come
sing?
on, Todd, please. Just let Vicky finish.
Look, my late husband Sloan was president of Lambview University, so I'm very close friends with the current president. I'm going to approach him about contacting the scientific community throughout the whole country. The university can gather them all together, and they can have their own little research team working for STAR. I think somewhere out there is a new treatment for this disease, and we are going to find it.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late. Oh.
Nothing to be sorry about. How's Star?
Well, her prognosis remains the same. But her condition is stabilized, so Blair could take her home.
That's a blessing. Anyway, I'll make sure I'll see you when I get back.
Back from where?
Oh, well, something came up. I have to leave for a couple of days.
Oh, to Ireland?
No, it's a little further south than that. Brazil.
Brazil? Why Brazil?
It's a long story, and you know how I like to tell a long story, so I will do that, and then you understand everything.
Cassie, come on! It's gonna be Ash Wednesday by the time you get out here.
What, am I overdressed?
No. I just thought you'd be wearing, you know, that feathery thing so we could play hide the papers again.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to you tonight.
Okay. Well, it's our last night in Rio. Shall we make the most of it?
Yeah.
After you.